everyone, my name is Marilyn. I'm a third year at UMHS. I'm currently on my GYN rotation. This is Wednesday of week 5 of a 6-week rotation. So we're almost done. It's kind of bittersweet because I've had so much fun so far, but you know, on to the next. It is 7 a.m. and I'm on my way to the hospital, which is not far from me. It's pretty great. I live about 12 minutes away. When I first moved here, I was told that it could take up to like an hour in traffic. But because of COVID-19 and a lot of people working from home, that hasn't been a problem for me. So I'm gonna take advantage of that. So yeah, I'm doing this video for MedTutors.net. Super excited to do this for them. Every day I am to be at the hospital around 7:30, and I'll meet with whatever attending is there for the day and check what's going on, if anyone's in labor or if there are any procedures scheduled for the day, any C-sections, any gynecological procedures, and we go from there. It's pretty fun. Some days can be pretty crazy. Working with nature, we're like, everything revolves around the baby. Everything is the baby's time. When he or she wants to come out is when he or she's gonna come out. So you can't really time that. So side note, I am in Michigan in mid-December and it is freezing. Like freezing. I had a water bottle in my car yesterday and I opened it to drink it. Before I could drink it, it turned to slush the way it does, like in a freezer. So, anyone planning on coming to Michigan, remember how warm it was in St. Kitts and how beautiful the weather was and all those nice hot days. Yeah, it's not like that. Okay, so I just made it to the hospital. Right now it's around 9-10 a.m. and I'm in the lounge getting some studying done. There's a procedure that I can go watch at 11 o'clock, so I'm gonna probably study for the next 2 hours, see if I can make it to that. Usually every morning I get here by 7:15, just so that I can be in here at 7:30. And day goes, I'll usually come in and I'll check in with whatever attending is here for the day. Just let them know that I'm gonna be here and if I can follow them around for like whatever, to see their patients, whatever procedures they're doing. Till this day, no one has told me no, so it's been great. I've been able to see everything. At this hospital in particular, I'm the only medical student on OB-GYN and there are no residents. There are residents in like gynecology, but not in labor and delivery. So I have seen a couple residents over in the OR when I'm watching procedures. They're super nice and they always let me see stuff and like help out. But in labor and delivery, I'm the only person, which is great because I get to see everything and I'm not like pushing people to see stuff. I'm in on all the action, so that's amazing. To study for this rotation has been online med-ed. There's about 30 something videos for OB-GYN. It's like split right down the middle. I got through those videos, I'd say like in the first 2 weeks. It wasn't really bad. I feel like the videos, he really kind of brings you down to like the basics for you to understand stuff. And I honestly thought that some of the material was going to be like new, especially in obstetrics. And of course there are some stuff in obstetrics that are new, but there are a lot of topics, especially in gynecology, that we've seen in basic sciences and pathology. Like we've seen all this, so it's just like a review. And UWorld obviously has been probably the best as usual. I've also been using Anki cards. I usually make my own cards, but for this rotation I was recommended to use like the Zanki Step 2 deck, and so I'm doing the OB-GYN section, and those cards are pretty good. A lot of them correlate to the UWorld questions, so it's like super, like really high yield stuff. I actually had a question yesterday on a baby like presenting occiput posterior. So basically his head, instead of facing down when the baby comes out, like looking down, the occiput is posterior, so he's looking up. So when the baby comes out, he's looking up. And I saw that last week with a patient, and it made her delivery much longer. She was a prima gravida, so it was her first child, and it made her delivery much longer because of the position he was in, not only because it was her first child, but I got to see it. And when I got that question on UWorld, I got it right. And it was like one of those questions that like 20 or 30 something % of the people get right. So I got it right, and I felt like genius because I saw it here. So there really are a lot of things that you see here that you will see in question banks. So it's really cool. It's not like basic sciences where you just kind of learn something in class and then you see it in a question, you see it in another question, and then you're like, okay, when am I gonna see this in real life? I'm seeing stuff in real life, so it's really cool. And it makes it a lot easier to remember, way more fun to remember. So right now I am on my way to go grab a coffee. Alright, so got a nice study snack, some coffee. I'm ready to go back upstairs and study. Also, if you're gonna be in any OR, don't be like me and wear sneakers you care about and then get like fluid. Go get these. I got them at the Crocs store for like 50 bucks. You could find them cheaper at Walmart. They just like they didn't have any the day I wanted, so. So I just wanted to touch a little bit more on like COVID and safety, because I know a lot of people have a concern about like medical students being in the hospital now, 2020, like it's been a crazy year. I'm here super chill without a mask or anything because nobody's in this room, like I'm alone. Every patient encounter though, we are wearing an N95 mask, and then we wear the other mask on top of that. So I'm not just like walking around chilling with just this, like no way. Yeah, the patients, each mom who's laboring or each patient or whatever is screened and tested for COVID, but like, okay, yeah, we know that they're tested for COVID, but you know, their spouse isn't tested, their family or whoever comes with them to be with them isn't tested, so you know, better be on the safe side. So every patient encounter, anytime I go into any patient's room, always wear a mask. Basically just anytime I'm not in this room, I'm wearing both masks. Also, in the OR, we wear face shields for eye protection, and gowns and gloves and everything. Obviously, I can say that I feel safe here in this hospital. I definitely got protection that I needed day one, and I've been using it every day since. So that hasn't been a huge concern for me. Another thing is that if there is a COVID positive woman, she's like in one isolated room way down the hall. And I've never been into the rooms with COVID positive patients either. If you haven't done your surgery rotation yet, OB is a great rotation to practice your scrub technique, because you'll be doing it almost every day. So if you suck at it like I did day one, you'll master it by the end of 6 weeks. Actually by the end of like week 2, but by the end of 6 weeks you should know what you're doing. So that's another plus. And your hands will be really dry from washing your hands so much all day. See, my knuckles are kind of red and itchy, so wash your hands, but put lotion, but make sure you wash them. I have delivered like a baby's head, which to me was a huge thing. During C-section, I delivered a placenta actually last week, which was like, to me it felt like I was delivering a baby. That was so exciting. But a lot of times when a mom's in delivery, when she's delivering, nurse is always documenting that, and if you're there to just help out, it makes like a world of a difference, because she's not like trying to hold the mom's leg and typing at the same time. It gives her like a chance to do one task at a time, and yeah, just have time to do that without worrying if she's helping mom correctly or if she's doing this right. So I've helped out with that. Also, you know, every delivery is different, so sometimes you'll see crazy stuff happen. Like there was a woman who was abrupting the week before last or something, but everything turned out fine because I guess they realized it at the time and they got the baby out. Some will push for hours, and it's like, you know, women are so different. Like some will be pushing for hours and screaming, and some will just push for like half an hour and the baby just slides right out like a movie. That typically happens with like moms who this isn't their first pregnancy. So that's what a day in like labor delivery is like. If you're spending more time in the OR, then you're seeing a lot of gynecological cases, which is really cool. At the hospital that I'm at right now, I've seen probably 5 or 6, but even seeing it once is amazing. Robotic assisted hysterectomies. So, I mean hysterectomies and like staphylectomies. Basically just like robotic assisted procedures. The view that you get is amazing. Like when you're looking through the screen and you see inside the abdomen, it almost feels like you're like a little mini person. You're inside the patient's abdomen and you're just walking around. You see her uterus, you see her ovaries. It's insane. It's like freaking blew my mind the first time I saw it. And just every time I've gotten a chance to see those, I just go in and watch. There's not much that you can do because this whole procedure is just laparoscopic. Like the surgeon is just on like over at the patient towards the beginning to kind of set up, and then he'll just go or she'll go and sit down and, you know, work with the robot basically. Right now though, I'm on my way to the UPS to print out my logbook. Our school makes us do a logbook, which basically is you have to write down every patient interaction you've had with their chief complaint, assessment, and plan, identifiers, but obviously not using their name, kind of use their initials, their age. And I don't have a printer because it's 2020 and who has a printer anymore? So I'm on my way to a UPS. It's like 10 minutes away. I'm gonna pick that up and then I'm gonna go back to the hospital. It's 3 p.m. It's the 23rd. It's 3 p.m. I think I'm just gonna end this here because I was actually told that I can have the entire day off tomorrow. I was gonna leave like half day tomorrow, just Christmas Eve, but I'm gonna have the entire day off tomorrow. There is a woman who has been induced. We might get to go in there. Well, by we, I mean me. I'm definitely not gonna take the phone in there and be like, hey, I'm gonna record. No. But I might be able to go in, help her out before I leave. If I could do that, that'd be awesome. Before I leave at 4 o'clock. I don't know when's the next time I'm gonna help deliver a baby. This has been really fun. Sorry if it's not super exciting. I obviously can't show much. I can talk about everything, but I can't show anything just out of respect and privacy for the patients in the hospital. But I hope what I have been able to share so far has been, you know, good enough to sort of give you a sense of what a day is like in OB. And if you can take away like any theme from this, is that it's very unpredictable. There were days I didn't even have like time for lunch break, and I was carrying around little protein bars to like have a snack. Definitely not like this all the time. Once again, the first 4.5 weeks that I was here were insanely busy. But just this past week hasn't had much, and I attribute that to like Christmas. Besides that, this has been super fun, and I hope this could have been helpful to anyone who's gonna start OB soon. Okay, really quick. like 4 tips just before I actually say goodbye. Pack your own lunch. You never know what you're gonna get. 2, we were told not to wear white coats in this hospital, so that limits your pocket space. And if you're carrying around a little notebook to write your notes, you probably won't even have space for that. So I wear these little moleskin notebooks, super tiny, like smaller than your hand. I'm almost finished one, but this is where I keep all like my patient notes. And then I'll go ahead and add it to my logbook. But in the moment, like, what am I gonna do? Pull out a little piece of paper and then the paper gets lost, or have a huge notebook that I'm carrying around and I don't have a pocket to put it in. So just get yourself these little notebooks. Also, these pens, I've been doing this since May, just like the multi-pens, the colorful pens. I hate ballpoint pens. The only reason I use this one is because it's the different colors and it's like I don't have to carry around a billion pens at once. And if you're writing down information and you have like a lab value that you kind of want to have it stand out to you or whatever, switch over to a different color and call it a day. It's much easier. Also, use or bring some hand lotion, because my god, I have like cuts on my hands and knuckles and stuff, so get a little hand lotion. You won't be disappointed. Now for real, I'm gonna say goodbye.